What's going on, guys? Wind Model here. I'm just out here on the porch today on this dreary, cold, damp, wet Friday. The last day of January already. Tomorrow will be a new month. It'll be the second month of the year. Shit's flying by already, like always, but I'm out here on the porch. Got the old SGL Hatfield out here, the 20 gauge. This will be a project for maybe next week or probably early next week. I'll start it. I'm going to bear with the lighting out here. See if this light helps. Helps a little bit. I'll turn the light on the phone. But what I'm going to do, there's nothing wrong with this gun. It's just a $100 single shot 20 gauge Hatfield. It's actually the SGL, like I said, it's pretty much a slug gun, but you can shoot whatever out of it. But I'm going to take the wood off of here because this wood is just, they claim it's a type of walnut, and it might be. It does not look like walnut to me, though. It looks more like a birch or a basswood or something. That's I don't think it's walnut. Yeah, it does have some etching there, but regardless, I am going to take this off. I'm going to take the foregripper off. I'm going to take the buttstock off, and I'm going to sand it down, and I'm going to restain it a different color. I'm going to glaze it. I don't know if I'm going to use, not sure what I'm going to use yet as far as the glow. I know what the stain I'm going to use, not sure on a color. Not sure if I'm going to use True Oil on top, or like a Minway, like a lacquer, or just like a gloss inhibitor. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure that out. But I am going to restain this, because I do not really care. I know it's just a $100 gun. It's kind of like a beat around gun. It's brand new pretty much. I've only shot a couple rounds out of it since I bought it. Just kind of a having a corner type gun, you know. There's a little defect there, which is just a cheap ass Walmart gun, so there's some nicks there, which they're not for me. I mean, that's how this gun came. Of course, the Hatfield quality is not what it used to be. But, you see just a plain old Phillips screw. But anyway, I'm going to, that'll be the project. Sand, restain, and regloss, clear coat. One of the two. I may just put lemon oil on it. Who knows? We'll see. But this table here, anyway, this was an old stand that I don't even remember where I found it. Picked it up at a yard sale, I believe, or something. I'll zoom out so you can see. Of course, I had a side over here, like this side does. I already removed that because I was originally going to put my snake terrarium on here, the new terrarium that I got, that my corn snake outgrew. But when the tank was on here, the terrarium was on here, it just did not seem, it wasn't real sturdy enough for that, because that's a big old, you know, that's a 70 gallon, 75 gallon tank, or terrarium. So what happened was this tank, I slid the tank in here, and then of course it was, a little bit was hanging off the edge over here, and I just didn't feel, it just didn't suit me for what I wanted to do. So, I mean, I just scrapped it. I found something else that worked out better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this side off. I might even take the back off. I'm not sure yet, but I'm definitely going to take this rail off the side here. And this will be, once this side rail is off, this will be, you know, another workspace, another table. It's kind of low. See, it comes to about my pecker. It's about pecker height, as they say. But you get yourself a nice little stool if need be, if you're going to be doing something for a good period of time, if you don't want to kill your back. But yeah, this is going to be a new workbench, but a work area. But got the old drill here, and I'm going to be taking out some screws. I will have to tip this right side up, or upside down, rather. There's just two at the bottom, two at the top. And that's a star bit. Of course it's a star bit. The top one was a Phillips. The two in the middle were different, and the bottom one's a star. Let me pause you here. I'll see if I can find a star bit. I'll be back. Alright, we're back. I was able to find a star bit to get that bottom one out of there, so I'll have to tip this over. And yeah, one there and one there. And there's one there. Yeah, looks like I'll have to, what's that on there? We'll get these two middle ones out here first. Well, there's one here, one here. This one here is going to be a bitch. Hopefully this will I might just break that off, because I'm not taking that whole leg off. Let me find the right bit and I'll be back. Alright guys, we're back. This thing is just stripped the hell out. So I'm just going to use a standard Phillips screwdriver to get that out. There's that. All buggered up. Couple extra screws. Same for this side. So what do you guys, I wanted to talk about too. I know we'll never know, just like a lot of this stupid shit. But what do you guys think about that crash, that quote-unquote accident in DC with the plane and the Black Hawk helicopter? What do you guys think? Was it just one of those freak accidents? Yeah, I'm just gonna bust that off there. I'm not taking that whole leg off. I'll just file that. I'll just grind that off. Anyway, there's the side. Use that as firewood. We'll set this back up here. I don't know if I'm going to take this back or off or not. I might keep that on there. We'll see. For now, we got this freed up. That's what I was. That was my main objective for now. To hang there. Get dust. Anyway, if that'll focus. So there's the new workspace. We'll see. Maybe I'll take that off. But anyway, that chopper crash accident into the plane. What do you guys think? I just think, Well, like any other narrative they try to push, I just don't buy it. I don't see how in 2025, if you watch the videos, there's many different ones out, different angles. I'm just not buying it in 2025. The chopper just completely just T-bones a plane, American Eagle plane, which it's only an 80-seater. It's not a huge plane. It's still a big plane. It's not like a 747 or anything, but still a big plane. Black Hawk is a big chopper. But the first thing I thought before I, of course, everything, because it's my nature, I don't believe anything unless I see it anymore. Just because of the shit that's happened since I've been alive with the government and the shady garbage they try to pull on people and pull the wool over people's heads, over their eyes. But the first thing I do when stuff like this happens, I kind of dig into it myself. So the first thing I did was I wanted to know where the plane came from. And if there really were people on the plane, that's another thing. Who knows? I don't fucking believe any of it, because I'm not getting into that. If there were people on the plane, the passengers of that plane, and the plane obviously came from Kansas. The state of Kansas. Wichita, Kansas, as a matter of fact. They were at an ice skating competition. It was like a nationals competition. There were people from Russia there, a few Asians, some Americans. So the first thing I did was there anything, after I found out it was from Kansas, is there anything going on in Kansas? Was there anything on that plane coming to the capital that somebody may not have wanted there? Or who was on the plane of importance? Was there anybody on there that maybe wanted to be taken out? Of course, nobody knows the passenger logs. They're only naming off a certain few kids, young adolescents that were skaters. So then I remembered for the last month or so, the state of Kansas has been dealing with the biggest, or second biggest if you go by the numbers, outbreak of tuberculosis. TB. The largest or second largest outbreak in the United States history of tuberculosis is going on right now in the state of Kansas. Who's most susceptible to tuberculosis? Well, they claim the elderly and the adolescents. Who was on that plane? Well, I wouldn't say elderly. There were grandparents and moms and dads, aunts and uncles of these kids, and kids. Older kids, younger adolescents, teens, preteens. So that plane, who knows if they scan for that stuff out there? We haven't had a TB outbreak like this in years. So that plane's going back to the nation's capital, right? That's one theory. That's one thing. If there were people on that plane, maybe they were afraid of the outbreak spreading. That's a theory. I'm not saying that's what happened, right? It's just a thought. You got to think outside the box, because I'm guaranteeing you right now, that wasn't just an accident. Oh, the chopper just didn't see the plane. In 2025, you got all the surveillance you need. You got all the eyes you need, the technology, the site enhancements, everything. You got people in towers, people on the ground, people on other planes. Bullshit. Bullshit. That chopper just didn't, oh man, I just didn't see the plane. Nope, fuck that. You're a fucking idiot if you believe that. Sorry, you just are. Second theory. So there was, what, 2 pilots on the chopper and an officer? Maybe. Doubtful. Doubtful, though. My other guess, something I would believe before just being an accident. If you happen to remember, I think it was in October, the chopper company, who's escaping me right now, I just had it in my head. What the hell's the name of the chopper company that makes all the choppers? Lockheed Martin. Lockheed Martin makes a lot of the Apaches, a lot of the Black Hawks, etc. They announced in October that you can fly or control, which pretty much you're flying. You're controlling an autonomous Black Hawk helicopter from up to 300 miles away without being in the chopper. You can control a Black Hawk helicopter from 300 miles away without being in the chopper. Huh. Incredible. Groundbreaking technology. That sounds like a remote control helicopter to me. It's a remote control helicopter. You're controlling a helicopter by a remote, except the chopper is real. Except it's a real helicopter. It's a real Black Hawk. But you're controlling it. Just like your fucking RC car. Just like your fucking RC planes and monster trucks and all this fucking shit. Lockheed Martin. One of the biggest, most richest, powerful corporations and contractors in the fucking world. They don't just make American choppers. They make choppers and helicopters and pieces of airplanes for people and countries all around the world. And now you can fly a helicopter with a remote control. That's pretty convenient. If you have a target, such as an airplane carrying tuberculosis stricken passengers, you can laugh all you want. You can say I'm fucking lost it. But it's very possible, people. Things I believe more than this helicopter just randomly couldn't see this plane with all its lights flashing, all the sound coming in from flight, assistance, flight control. Things I believe more than that. Pretty much everything. There was about 0.001% chance that this was just a random chopper. Oh, just shit. I didn't even see that plane. Well, what was it? A little single engine, 2-passenger plane? A fucking bush boogie plane? Oh, nope, it was a fucking jet? Oh, just didn't see it. Get the fuck out of here, people. If you believe that, you probably voted for Trump to begin with. You probably actually think an airplane hit the Pentagon when it was a missile. You probably think the Vegas shooting was just one person, which it was 3. More about that when I feel up to it. When I feel like I'm not going to be outed. Here's something else. Where did this take place? D.C., right over the Potomac. What is all around there? You got, 3 major airports. You got Dulles. You got the Reagan one where this one occurred. And there's another one. There's 3 major airports. Then you got all these fucking military bases. You got Army, Navy bases. You got Pretty sure you got something to do with the Air Force near there. So you're telling me that this random this helicopter just broadside T-bones a fucking jet airliner. A small jet airliner, but a jet airliner nonetheless. It wasn't just some bush plane. It wasn't a float plane. So it just randomly broadsides it. And a city where our president is to begin with, where our government is, where the head of security is, where our War Department is, where everything is pretty much. You don't think maybe maybe that wasn't a helicopter? Because if you look at the footage, the helicopter is sitting in the water. Now, the water right there where it landed was 7 to 10 feet. You know, that was the max depth where the plane and the chopper landed in the water. They claim is 7 to 10. You know, the max depth is 7 to 10 feet. That's the range. So off the riverbank, up 7 to 10 feet. That's not very deep. I mean, I'm 6'2", so I mean, I could stand on the riverbank, put my arms up in the air, and my hands would be out of the water. 10 feet, obviously not. I'll be under about, a foot and a half, 2 feet. But it's not deep. It's not like you're in 40 feet of water. It's not. They weren't in the channel. Now, out further in the channel, that's a different story, but they didn't land in the channel. According to everything that's been reported. If you notice the plane, they said the plane split in 4 pieces? It split the fuselage in 2 or 3 places. Because apparently when the helicopter hit the plane, it hit it on the underside, on the belly. Because the plane banked. Right, we'll get into that in a second. But if you notice all the pictures, before they moved that helicopter, very first pictures of that helicopter, it was like somebody took the chopper. Now its props were missing. But the whole chopper was still in one piece, and they even said that. The helicopter, the Black Hawk helicopter, was in one piece. The plane was in 4. That's not believable to begin with. And if you looked at it looked like somebody took the chopper, right? Say this is the chopper. This will be up top. This is the top where the propeller's going around. And down here at the bottom, say the battery pack on this drill would be like where your landing rails are. The initial pictures of that, it looked like somebody took the chopper and sat it. Perfectly in the water. It was sitting down on the landing pad, on the landing rails. The top of the chopper was up above the water. The propellers were missing. The thing did not look fucked up at all, honestly. You could see the black on it yet. It looked like somebody... Yep, we just broadsided a jet airliner. And that's how the chopper fell. Oh, incoming! Incoming! Boom! Big old explosion. Airplane goes in 4 pieces. The chopper just lands. Just perfect. Almost like somebody sat it there. Boom! Big explosion. What? 300, 400 feet in the air. Boom! Into an airplane. Oh, here it comes. Oh, there's a plane. Boom! The helicopter just falls into the water from 300, 400 feet in the air. Perfectly lands. Like it was sat there. Tell me you know about crisis actors. Tell me you know about theater, a stage. All the world's indeed a stage, and we are merely players, performers, and portrayers. Each another's audience outside the gilded day. Yes, that is Rush, by the way. Limelight. This is a song. Think about it, people. Think about it. Use your brain. That helicopter flew into a plane. The helicopter was going faster than the plane, if you watch the videos. If you believe that was a chopper, what you seen. Did you see the explosion? The plane being in 4 pieces is believable. The helicopter, only thing missing being the prop. Did you see the helicopter? If that's the real video, the thing turned. Like the thing was falling. It fell into the water like on its side. I think it's all bullshit. I think that chopper was there, or what you're seeing on the news is CGI, it's AI, it's bullshit. It's green screen garbage like they used for the moon landing, which never happened, by the way. If you still believe we landed on the moon, do yourself a favor and try using what's between your ears. Literally, you can disprove that. Any common person with even an IQ above 11 can disprove that, but that's not today's conversation. The other thing, that plane, when it came in, it had to bank hard to the left, right? The plane was coming from the south, coming up the river. The chopper was coming from the north. It was going down the river. It broadsided the plane, if you think it was a chopper, from the plane's right side. The belly, the right belly, the underbelly. Because the plane was banked hard to the left. Why did the plane have to bank hard to the left? Well, it was originally, according to air traffic control, according to ATC, the plane was supposed to originally land at landing zone, landing strip, runway strip, whatever you want to call it, number 1. Within the last 60 to 90 seconds before landing, ATC asked or told or directed the plane to land at landing strip 33 instead of 1. Why? Who knows why? But they are spaced out. If you look at the landing strips there, they are spaced out. And landing strip 1 would have been the farthest away. The plane was coming up. That would have been the farthest of the 2 landing strips. So he had to go more distance to get to 1. Well, they redirected him to 33, which was closer to the plane at that time. So by the time they relayed the message to him, the plane had to do a pretty significant hard bank left. The plane was not going that fast. When you bank left, of course, you turn left and the wing comes up on the right side, exposing the underbelly of the plane. It just so happened that as soon as that plane turned, as soon as it started banking, that's when the helicopter hit it. If that plane would have not been redirected, the plane and the chopper, if you believe it was a chopper, they would not have intersected because it would not have banked. The plane would not have banked yet. According to everybody who's been on TV, I'm trying not to watch it, but this shit intrigues me, so I want to get information from the air traffic controllers, which, who knows, they might not be telling the truth either. But from what they said, that's about a 20-second difference. So what I'm saying is, if he would have stayed course for 20 more seconds, the helicopter most likely would not have intersected with that plane. The plane banked hard left, right wing came up, exposing the plane's fuselage and underbelly, and the chopper hit it there. This shit does not it makes sense, but it does not make sense what they're reporting. The number 33, you can trace 33 to the Bible, to Moses. You know, I don't even believe in that shit, but it's in the Bible. 33 is significant. It's also in the Freemasons. 33 is a significant number of the Freemasons occult. It stands for the 33 different orders. 33 different orders of the Freemasonry. That I believe goes back to the Scottish order or the lineage of the Freemasons. Why was it 33? So who the fuck knows? And like, that chopper was, the Black Hawk, they claim, was in the accident, was contracted to somebody in Saudi Arabia. But it flew out of a base that was, 14 miles down the river from where the crash happened. Everything is, I don't fucking believe none of it. There's so many things to think about, though. Like, the things I just named, who knows? They might not be true. One of them might be true. A couple of them might be true. But I'm telling you right now, the chances of that helicopter just randomly not seeing, not being aware, not knowing a jet airliner, be it a small one, was right there. The odds of that happening, very, 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 extremely less than 1%. Like I said, with the technology, just the eyes on that place. You got all these military bases, all these different airports, all these fucking workers tracking, and now they're saying, well, it happened because the air traffic control was short-staffed. Bullshit. The traffic at that time was moderate to low, reported. There wasn't a lot of traffic at that time. It was around 9 Eastern, 9:14, 9:10, somewhere between 9 and 9:30 Eastern time. As reported, if you can believe, there was not a lot of air traffic. So it wasn't like, there was 5 million planes and we're short-staffed. We got to keep track of all these. We got mixed up. We just didn't see it. No, bullshit. Could it have been a medical emergency? Could the pilot from the helicopter had a medical emergency? Yes, could have. Probably not the case. Between the Lockheed Martin thing and the tuberculosis thing in Kansas, something, and Saudi Arabia and Russia, maybe those people from Kansas, the Russian skaters, maybe somebody knew that there was a good chance they were contracting tuberculosis and they were coming back to Russia. Putin don't want that. You know how Putin is. So there's a lot of things I'm throwing around here, and I'd be willing to bet the majority of my life's earnings that one of the things I just said is the truth. One of, or a combination of them. Because I'm telling you right now, this chopper, this military chopper with competent pilots, 2 pilots and an officer on board, did not just, and they're saying it was a test flight. Testing, what are you testing? 2 pilots and what are you testing? Your night flying skills? What, they said they only had VFR? They had their night vision on? You're still going to see the plane. And if you were just flying VFR, you're still going to see the plane. If you're looking out the windshield, it's right in fucking front of you. You're going to see the plane. So miss me with the, oh, I just didn't see the plane. It was dark. It's fucking dark every night. Breaking news. Breaking news. In the east, it gets dark about 5 right now, 5 p.m. Anything after 5 is dark. It's dark every night. It's dark for every other fucking pilot, too. So just stop with the, that was just a freak accident. No, bullshit. You're a freak if you believe that. Seek help. Just use your mind, use your heads, people. Use your brains. Because it wasn't just an accident. Just didn't see him. You couldn't see him. It was dark. Yeah, it's fucking dark every night. Good water. Drink water, people. Drink water. Lots of water. Drink it. That's spring water, too. That's not fucking recycled toilet water from your nearest city. Purified water's garbage. Don't fucking drink that shit. Natural spring water. Or well water from the tap. The only two acceptable waters. I don't want to hear different. People are going to get mad over that. I know all some Dasani and Aquafina drinkers in here. But just use your heads, people. No matter what you think. Just use your heads. Even if we disagree, use your brain. Don't make your conclusions by turning on Fox News or CNN or MSNBC. All this shit. Fuck them all. They're all corrupt. They all have their own agenda. None of them are going to tell you. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. They aren't going to tell you what you need to hear. That's the problem with big media. That's the problem. They tell you what you want to hear, not what you need to hear. What you need to hear, the things you need to hear, you're going to have to find that out for yourself. And it will click. Like I said in other videos, I was not this involved until 9/11, and I was young. And it wasn't until a couple years after 9/11 where I started just digging and digging and digging, and then all these school shootings that are fucking fake, that is theater, planned by crisis actors. Trump didn't get shot in Pennsylvania, that was bullshit. The shooter wasn't some kid who got kicked out of his fucking rifle team in high school. You know, he got beat out by girls, that's bullshit. He didn't get shot in the ear by a 223 moving at a hollow point, moving at 3,000 feet per second. Just didn't happen to graze his ear. The guy didn't die in the crowd. That Corey dude, the firefighter, he's not dead. Show me a birth certificate or a death certificate. Show me everything. Show me something. Show me a death certificate. Show me an obituary. He's not dead. Nobody died there. Trump didn't get shot. The school shooters, Parkland was bullshit. Sandy Hook, bullshit. I had a driver when I worked at my last feed and seed place, my warehouse. Dude just came through there. That day. That morning. He come through there. He got there about lunch. After lunch, about 2 o'clock. And he said, there's nothing going on in that town. I'm talking about Sandy Hook. He said, there's nothing going on there. He just come through. He was 2 streets away. There was no lights. There was no sirens. There was nothing. It was just another day in the town. Think about it, people. There was nothing is what it seems. The Vegas shooting, not Paddock. Not Paddock. 3 people, not David, not Paddock. 3 people. Anyway, 40-minute video. Think about it, people. Do some research. Like I said, this happened in D.C. There's too many eyes, too many brains. The chopper just didn't randomly. Just couldn't see the plane. That's bullshit. But y'all dig into it. Please turn the fucking news off. You Trump people that follow Fox News, you got to stop. It's warping your brains. And I can see it from the conversations in public and like real life. And the conversations on YouTube and on like Facebook and Instagram. You can pick you Trump people out. Simple, quick as that. All you have to do is read like the first couple words of a paragraph or a sentence or an argument, and you can pick the Trump people out. Trump needs to wipe the dried white semen off the corner of his lips from his buddy Elon Musk. He has some dried white residue on his lips. He needs to wipe that off. Like a paper towel or something. Just give it a good dab. Maybe use some Dawn dish detergent. Disinfect it. You got dried semen from Elon in the corner of your lips, but stop sucking so hard. You're making him come too quick. Anyway. Donnie! Mr. Take the guns first. I support the Second Amendment, but I take the guns first. Go fuck yourself. Fucking toupee wearing fag. Anyway. Cry about it in the comments. Let me know why I'm wrong, because I don't like Trump, but that's why I'm wrong. The people in the comments are going to say I'm wrong because I don't like Trump. Like they're going to say nothing else about what I just talked about for 40 minutes, half hour. The comments will be about Trump. You know that's how it's going to go. But anyway, think for yourself. Have a good weekend. And remember, things are not as they seem, people. And if you don't wake up, you will be woken up. In a very unpleasant way. Very soon. So y'all have a good weekend. Have a good Friday. And I will see y'all next week when I stain this fine Turkish wood a different color. Bye-bye now.